So, you think you're special because you popped out of the cosmic birth canal on a certain day? What if I told you that if you were born on certain dates, you're one of the chosen ones? Yeah, and what if I told you I'm the reincarnation of Elvis Presley's left sideburn? But let's humor this spiritual circle jerk for a moment. The divine selection bullshit. Humans have always needed to feel special, haven't they? Like cosmic teachers' pets raising their hands, pick me. Pick me. We've created this elaborate fantasy that some invisible sky daddy has a clipboard and is checking off names for his celestial dodgeball team. Divine selection is like the spiritual equivalent of being picked first for kickball in the cosmic playground. Moses, Buddha, Joan of Arc, these folks won the spiritual lottery, but their prize package included a lifetime supply of hardship and persecution. Hell of a deal, right? Congratulations. You're chosen. Here's your complimentary burning bush, endless harassment, and potential crucifixion. And remember, folks, being chosen doesn't mean you're better than everyone else. It's like being the designated driver. You've got a job to do while everyone else is having fun. You're not special, you're just on duty. Astrological hogwash. Astrology is like a cosmic game of Candyland where your token gets placed based on when you shot out of the birth canal. Oh, you were born when Saturn was taking a cosmic dump in the house of Aquarius? Clearly, you're destined to be an accountant with daddy issues. The zodiac signs are the original personality quiz. You're a Scorpio? Well, no wonder you're as vindictive as my ex-wife. People treat their sun signs like astrological social security numbers, as if the position of Jupiter when you were born somehow controls whether you'll be good at math or have commitment issues. Water signs are supposedly the empaths of the zodiac: Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. These folks cry when they see a dead squirrel on the road and then again when they remember it 3 days later. Meanwhile, fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, are running around setting metaphorical blazes and expecting everyone to marvel at their spiritual arson. And don't get me started on aspects and angles. Oh, Neptune is having a 120-degree trine with your moon? Clearly, this means you should quit your job and open that ferret sanctuary you've always dreamed about. It's like cosmic geometry for people who failed actual geometry. Number voodoo. Numerologists are like accountants who dropped too much acid in the 60s. They've convinced themselves that if you add up your birthday enough times, you'll unlock the cheat code to the universe. Your life path number is supposedly the SparkNotes version of your soul. Born on September 15, 1990? That's 9 plus 1 plus 5 plus 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 0 is equal to 34, then 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. Congratulations. You're a 7. What does that mean? Well, it means you're analytical and spiritual, or so they say. It's like being assigned a personality based on your grocery store checkout line. Oh, you're a 4? You must be as exciting as watching beige paint dry, but hey, at least you're reliable. Or, you're a 5. Better lock up your daughters in your liquor cabinet, we've got a freedom lover in our midst. And then there are the master numbers, 11, 22, and 33. Being born with these numbers is like having a VIP pass to the spiritual nightclub. You get to bypass the velvet rope of ordinary consciousness and go straight to the enlightenment dance floor. Or so they say. Personally, I think it just means you're twice as likely to believe this crap. Special birthday club. January 1st babies are supposedly natural-born leaders. Yeah, because nothing says leadership material like being conceived during a drunken April Fool's Day romp. February 29th, these leap-year babies only get a real birthday every 4 years. They're like the spiritual equivalent of that employee who only shows up for work when there's free food in the break room. But somehow, they're special. March 21st marks the start of Aries and the astrological New Year. It's like cosmic New Year's Day, but instead of a hangover, you get a lifetime of people telling you you're too impulsive. April 11th reduces to master number 11 in numerology. These folks are supposedly spiritual visionaries, which is code for people who stare at clouds a lot and think they're receiving messages from the great beyond. July 7th, the magical 7-7. These people hit the jackpot in the number game. They're supposedly spiritual AF, which means they own at least 3 different types of crystals and probably have a dream catcher hanging from their rearview mirror. November 11th, 11/11ths, the holy grail of numerology. When these people are born, I imagine the cosmos making that cha-ching sound like it just hit the spiritual slot machine jackpot. Lightworkers, they call them. I call them people who spend way too much money on sage bundles and tapestries. How to tell if you're one of the special ones? Think you might be chosen? Here's your cosmic shopping list of symptoms. Strong intuition, you correctly guessed that the milk in your fridge was expired. Congratulations, you're practically Nostradamus. Empathic abilities, you cry during dog food commercials and feel uncomfortable in Walmart. Clearly, you're absorbing the emotions of the universe rather than just being a normal human with feelings. Vivid dreams, you had a dream about flying and then saw a bird the next day. Coincidence? Yeah, probably. Synchronicities, you thought about your friend right before they texted you. Not because you have a regular texting pattern or anything, but because you're cosmically connected. Natural healing abilities, people feel better after talking to you. It couldn't possibly be because you're a good listener or give decent advice. No, you must have magical healing hands like a discount Doctor Strange. Feeling different, you've always felt like you don't fit in. So as every teenager who discovered the cure, but sure, in your case, it's probably because you're an alien soul sent to Earth on a mission. The free will paradox. Here's the cosmic punchline, folks, even if you buy into this chosen one hogwash, you still have to make your own choices. It's like being told you've won a free vacation, but you have to book the flights, pack your bags, and drive yourself to the airport. Your birth date might suggest you have certain spiritual tendencies, the same way being born in Seattle might suggest you like coffee and rain. But ultimately, you decide whether to order that mocha latte or move to Arizona. Free will is the universe's way of saying, I've given you the manual, but I'm not assembling the IKEA furniture for you. You can be born on the most spiritually significant date in the cosmos, but if you spend your life being an asshole, you're still just an asshole with an interesting birthday. Developing your gifts, or just becoming less of a spiritual slob. Want to nurture your supposed cosmic talents? Here's how. Meditation, sit still and think about nothing, which is surprisingly difficult for most people who can't even wait for a YouTube ad to finish without checking their phones. Mindfulness, pay attention to the present moment, a revolutionary concept for people who walk into traffic while scrolling through Instagram. Study, read books about spirituality written by people who changed their names to things like Rainbow Eagle and Starlight Moonbeam. Journaling, write down your dreams so you can bore people with them later. Last night, I dreamt I was a butterfly, or was the butterfly dreaming it was me? Shut up, Zhuangzi, nobody cares. Energy work, wave your hands around and pretend you're manipulating invisible forces. It's like conducting an orchestra that only plays the sound of your own self-importance. Nature connection, go outside. Touch grass. Revolutionary, I know. Service, help others without posting about it on social media. For some, this is the hardest spiritual practice of all. The bottom line. Here's the cosmic truth sandwich. Your birth date doesn't mean jack shit in the grand scheme of things. The universe is 13.8 billion years old and spans trillions of light years. You think it gives a flying fuck that you were born on November 11th? Every soul has a unique purpose? Maybe. Or maybe we're just complex arrangements of atoms trying to make sense of our brief existence before returning to stardust. Either way, the date stamped on your cosmic admission ticket doesn't determine whether you'll enjoy the ride or what kind of person you'll be. Whether you're chosen or not, you have the choice to be a decent human being. And in this dumpster fire of a world, that might be the most spiritual act of all. As the great philosopher George Carlin once said, "Oh wait, that's supposed to be me, the status quo sucks." So does believing you're special just because of your birthday. The real magic isn't in your birth date, it's in what you do with all those days that come after it. Now excuse me while I go align my chakras with a double bourbon on the rocks. It's 5 o'clock somewhere in the cosmos.